misguided leaders of Fushaum have called a meeting to put aside the bloodshed and find compromise over disputed land, resources, and riches.
Come forward. And it is time for the leaders to have a little discussion here. And let's see what they have to say. Welcome everyone to Mordor, where we are ready to see the resolution of the Fushaum situation. We've got the two from the south over here in the north. To be curt, all I ask was for your submission. Thang Malatuk. Your lives will be spared if you serve me well. May you even be rewarded.
This is not a compromise, Kirgi.
This is a list of demands and false promises, just as Saruman had given us. Sauron, you are a fool to travel down that same path to power.
I would kill you right now if Malatuk would allow me.
Pineleaf, explain to these two why there is no other choice, as I am the only one capable of overthrowing Fushaum Tomb and keeping these men alive in Mordor.
Why would Pineleaf answer to the likes of you? The Hobbit works for us.
This cannot be true, as Pineleaf has served me well. Uh-oh.
You have much explaining to do, Pineleaf. That is if you make it off this bridge alive.
It seems we have been played for fools.
This is the first time I have agreed with you, Kirgi.
Prepare yourself, Warden, for death will be coming swiftly. Uh-oh. I don't think this is going to work out well, right? Oh, hello there. Well, fortunately, they decided to come at me only 2 at a time. Actually, I think if they came to me all at once, well, my wardens might be able to survive it if they all came. Well, actually, with the pew-pews, that would be questionable. Because my biggest trouble in Mordor mobs is when they throw. It's not only 6 at a time, it's 6 at a time with some of them being ranged characters, firing all over the place. Because you can't gather them together, and of course the warden likes everything up all nice and close so that they could do their leeches and the like. And if everybody's so far apart, scattered, that you're doing it, and if you can devise a way to get them all together, then yeah, things might not work out too well. Oh, there we go. Hello? Yeah. So I much prefer getting them all nice together, so that I can use some of my best AoE skills. And certainly with my build, I can't kill anything fast enough so that I can kill them before I get ripped to pieces. If I go in a more offensive build, I get ripped to pieces. So this is the build that has been optimal, at least for how I play. Alright, let's try this. Okay, these guys now. Good. Oh, I actually got that interrupt off. I'm not very consistent at getting those things off, so that's another thing to consider. Not very fast on the reactions. I think if I were, I'd probably be able to survive this with more classes. Now, there we go. Now, I believe, do I fight Kirgi next, or do I... Actually, oh, that's right. I fight all of them at once. Actually, then this might be a good place to be. Alright, now I gotta fight the leaders. So it's now 3 at a time. Oh, Kirgi's the ranged one. Okay, yeah, so that's what I mean. Because the ranged ones, they usually do their worst damage. Oh! We also got a sorcerer here. The ranged ones tend to do most of their damage if they're far away. At least that's my... Ooh, these guys are hurting. I mean, they're hurting me. It doesn't help that... So never... Ooh. Okay, I got that off. Yeah, they are doing incredible. Let me try one of my leeches. Oh boy. Well, it doesn't help that I got this terrifying wind out here. Yeah. Alright. Now I'm outside the caltrops at least. That's one. Oh, come on. That sorcerer is being painful. Yeah, never surrenders. Oh no, never surrender still up. Yeah, okay, yeah, that just popped. Okay. Yeah, this is tougher than usual. Alright. I was about to say it's a lot easier on a warden, but it looks like it was easier on my main warden. Let me get rid. This guy is the one who's being real troublesome. If I can get rid of just one of them. I always get annoyed with these sorcerers. Alright, he's down. Alright, not. Wait, they're really tough. Oh, that's right, this character doesn't have nearly as good of a weapon as my main has. Okay, good. Take care of a thing now. That should take some of the pressure off. Now, okay, the hunter is now about to go down. Okay, good. Whew. Okay, he surrenders. Thank goodness!
What? You are a cunning one.
That much is true. I have no quarrel with you. In fact, I admire what you have done here. You helped resolve our matters. Though your means of doing so evaded even me until just now. Leave Kirgi to me. I'll push his corpse into the flames below us. Only a fitting burial for such a foul man. If you leave me be, I shall honor you in return and vacate Mordor as soon as my men are able. We do not wish to stay here any longer. It only brings us thoughts of crushed hopes and riches that never were. So therefore, we have managed to resolve Fushaum. Not exactly in the way expected, but we managed it. I've managed to reach a compromise with those at Fushaum, meaning they'll leave and we won't kill each other for now. You have done much to lessen the foothold of these lawless men gathered in Mordor. They will indeed not pose a threat in the future. We all celebrate you for your efforts. And you'll celebrate it. Ooh, by a relic of the last alliance. That's not too bad. Let's see, 314. And that ring's not too bad either. Alright, I guess I will take that. And what do you need me to do now?
Oh, this is far from fair, Ethereum.
The encampment of Dar Mazur seems mostly vacated. Perhaps it is a staging area for the armies who we fought at the Black Gate. Fushaum concerns me. The men there are trying to organize. We will need to maintain a vigilance should their efforts progress. Still, there are other structures deeper into Mordor that concern me even more. Oh, fun. Oh. Now I... Alright, yeah. Oh, that's right, because this is the rapper quest, isn't it? Alright. Every once in a while, the smoke will clear just enough to make us out some of the distant structures in the southern reaches of Talat Uri. Not much is known about these vile buildings of Sauron. You should investigate their purpose so that we have a better understanding of who occupies these structures and for what purpose. Do what you must, but be careful out there. If tales from the other scouts are true, unspeakable beings of fire walk upon the burning plains. And now this is Scout 4 areas, and it can be quests in all 4 of them. And no, I am not doing all of this. At least certainly not on camera. So therefore, I think we'll just do Thorshof and Nairband. Actually, Nairband. That sounds like an idea. And in order to Nairband, the main reason I want to do that is because it relates to the Black Book also, and I definitely want to head out into the Black Book. So let's go out and find the road that leads to Nargothrond, and there I'm to speak with the elf. I didn't find an elf out of Nargothrond yet, but I have found this Nirnhoth outside of Nairband. Hello there. Oh, you're not from around here, I can see that. I am Akrun. I have prayed for freedom each day, now that is here, but not the freedom of my dreams. My freedom led me and my brethren to flee from the slavers of Udun. We felt that freedom for the first time when the tower fell and the fire spilled out from the mountain. I wished to return to my family in Nirn, but we were enslaved again by those who dwell in Nairband. I resisted, so they threw me into the prison. The rest are still being held outside the fortress. Now, I do not know what to do. In other words, you find the first hobbit and give him a bunch of quests, right?
The world is changed.
It seems Akrun isn't accustomed to talking for extended periods of time, yes. Yes, Nairband is a prison that no one leaves. We were meant to be rotting in cells, sometimes tortured or worse. I alone escaped. I found a loose brick in my cell. Behind the brick was some metal shavings that I was able to use to pick the lock to my cell. From there, I found an old forgotten passage that led me to the outside. I want to rescue the rest of my fellow Nirnhoth from Nairband, but I cannot do it alone. Will you? Well, your help will help us to retain our new and found freedom. All right, I guess I could do that. I am thankful for your help. First, we will need to defeat many of the orcs of fire who patrol from the way to Nairband. All right, so kill some of the patrollers. Now, with all the stuff that has to do with... Oh, okay. With all the stuff that has to do with the Nirnhoth that we've seen in this, I was thinking that maybe getting into Nirn would be something we'd be doing soon. Perhaps maybe in update 22. But it's pretty certain now that Nirn is definitely not on the horizon for either 22 or 23. We had a new producer's letter come out. And in the producer's letter, they noted that the next place we're going to is a place that I've been thinking that they might have trouble with due to the fact that it's more closely associated with The Hobbit than Lord of the Rings, and that's Northern Mirkwood, Lake Town, Dale, and yes, and the Lonely Mountain, yes. And that those are the regions that will be covered there. So therefore, all the stuff that's from The Hobbit. Now, yes, I know they do have stuff from The Hobbit in here, and some limited use of it is within their license, so So therefore, they have had stuff like, for example, the road to Erebor was all. Will you quit that? Yeah. So now, it looks like we are going to be going there in earnest, so that there will be landscape areas and all that. We do have Erebor as one of the allegiance areas that you have, where you could visit Erebor there now. You have the Bells of Dale. So you do have that also. So yes, we do have some items that you're going in there, but it's certainly not a major area yet. Well, let's head off and find that elf. For update 23, it looks like that we'll be going to Minas Morgul. And maybe that be a little bit more than that also, because they're also saying that we will finally have a chance to run into Shelob. Whether that'll be a first fight against Shelob and that there will be a later bigger fight, I don't know. Or if this means we'll finally have the Shelob raid I've been joking about. Well, whether it's literally a raid or not, I don't know. And I am coming this way to tag a quest point, because this is the road to Nirn. So it doesn't lead to anything else, but I just want to make sure that we tagged it to advance the quest there. Right? Oh, come down. This is the point, right? There you go. The gate to Nirn is quiet and sealed tight. Alright then. Then let's head back, and now we'll find the elf. We are approaching the road to Nargothrond right here. And here is our elf right here. And what does she want to say?
This is the road to Nargothrond.
But I have
found something else that may be of use.
There is a watching stone a short distance to the north of here, and I sense that it may have seen something concerning the Gurzel. Right. We're gonna get advice from a watching stone. Yeah. That sounds like a good idea, almost as good as putting two halves of a camp against each other. Right? Well then, we also have worms that are in the way. Apparently a worm that wants to be relieved of his quest ring. But you can see here, these things in some ways look smaller than the Sulakil, and yet that quest ring looks larger than the one on the Sulakil. So that's the thing I'm always wondering. What determines the size of the quest ring? Now, I know it has something to do with the size of the creature, because when you see an Ent or something like that, you have these really big quest rings. And if you have those turtles in Bree, they have these ultra tiny quest rings. They're very small turtles, and they have very small quest rings. I feel my presence regard from within. Okay. I feel a presence regard you from within the carven stone. Okay, fine. Now, they're obviously referring to the watching stone that I just approached there. So, considering this Karog looks like... this thing looks like it's made of lava and stone. So you could almost say that from the point of view of the Karog, too. But, yeah. Let's take care of that thing. Okay, now... See, the elf beat us there. Oops. Now, if I could do this without doing too much on there. They're adding in the next update the floor is lava game, and I can only think it was inspired by places like this, where you've got this burning inferno damage if you're here, right? Burning flames, 398 fire damage every 2 seconds, and this is one of the mild ones. Alright, I wasn't sure if it was a mild one or one of those heavy, kill them quickly ones. I guess I could look at my morale, see how fast it's going down. Hello there. The carven stone is dreadful in form, and it does not seem out of place within Gorgoroth. But there is something else that sets it apart, a cold and watchful presence. And then there is more, a voice that whispers in your head. Images rise unbidden behind your eyes. They are drained of color, as if the one of those creatures creates him has no knowledge of a shade or hue. You see a place of darkness and a tiny point of light flickering high above. Then, below, there's a knife held in a cruel fist. It descends in an arc, and blood flows from a wound. The darkness deepens. The voice in your head speaks no words, but you are suddenly awash with a questioning sea. You recover to your own words enough to reply, "Yes, the Gürzel." The interrogative waves vanished as quickly as they had arrived. In their place is an overwhelming sensation, the promise of knowledge and secrets held close for centuries. As you try to express that such knowledge will be welcome, it is whisked away cruelly, dangled just out of reach. The giving sensation is gone, replaced with a taking desire. You see a prison in your mind's eye, and the details are so clear that you know it is a real place. The spiritual shows you a certain cell in the prison, and a scorched skull in one corner. The images fade, and the whispering voice returns. It speaks a single word, but that word is enough. The word is "want." You are released from the spirit's hold, and the whispering in your mind fades away. The presence remains, regarding you silently. Ooh, fun. It appears that our trip to Narraband is in order, which is where we'll go in the next episode of Pineleaf in Mordor.